Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. So, stop putting stage 6 parts and fusion parts into your cars when you don't need to. Now, if you'll notice, I got parts I can put into this car. I got parts that I can put into this car. I got parts that I can put into this car. And I got stage 6 parts that I can put into this ACS8. And I've had that stage 6 part sitting there for a really long time. And, alright, the ACS8 shares parts with the LB-i8 and the regular i8. So, you guys noticed my video that I made, the regular i8 is going to be next season's Prestige Cup car. So, if I would have dunked these parts into the ASC8, I wouldn't have had any parts for the Prestige Cup car next season, guys. So, you really should only put parts into your cars when you absolutely need to. Like, if you look through all my garages here, you're going to see all kinds of parts where, all kinds of cars where I can actually install parts into them. And you're going to notice that, like the Vantage here, I don't know if that shares parts with anything. If it does, I'm going to check really quick. Let's see. If it doesn't share parts with any other cars, I'm going to dump it in there. But if it shares parts, nope. I'm going to have to save it until I need those for a Prestige Cup or something like that. Alright, so that's an Aston Martin. Let's go into the inventory. We're going to find Aston Martin. We're going to click on stage 6. And... okay, so the Vantage does not share parts with any of the other cars. Man, I got all the parts for the Vulcan, but unfortunately I don't have any of those Vulcans. Heck, I wish I did now, but I don't. But yeah, the Vanquish has parts. DB5s. So I'm actually safe to install this stage 6 into this car because, well, I can't use that stage 6 for any of the other cars. So let's go ahead and put that on there. But I will show you this. After I fit this part, I'm not going to put any fusion parts into this. You know why? I may need Aston Martin fusion parts in a upcoming who knows what. Alright, so there's no point to put these parts into here because I might need them for something else. It might be very important to have them for something else. Okay, so again, you go through, you're going to see there's so many cars I have which I can install parts onto. And I always check to make sure before I install a stage 6 part when I have one, I always check to make sure it doesn't share parts with other cars. If it does share parts with other cars, do not install it because you might need it on something else, okay? Only install parts on the cars when you actually need to. If you're trying to upgrade that car to beat the Tempest races or something, definitely install your parts. If you need it for a Prestige Cup, install your parts. If you need it for a who knows what type of event, sure, go ahead and install the parts onto it. But if you have no reason at all to install the parts, don't. Okay, just don't. It's a bad move to install parts when you don't actually need to. Now, even when I'm doing a Prestige Cup, alright, I try not to install any more parts than I really need to in the car unless I absolutely love that car. Because you know what? Let's just say I have a Lamborghini that's for the Prestige Cup and I dump all of my parts into it, and then let's say 2 or 3 seasons from now there's another Lamborghini, but it's like, man, I don't have any parts because I dumped them all into this one Lamborghini that I drove for the Prestige Cup, and then I haven't driven it again since, which is usually what happens unless you get one of those really, really awesome cars. If it's not a super awesome car, only put as many parts into it as you need, okay? That's the best advice I can give you guys. Like, even my F40, super awesome car, but I don't see any reason to upgrade this any further than it is. I don't need to have this car maxed out. I don't need that part in this car, but I could need it for another Ferrari sometime down the line. I got NSX Stage 6 parts. I don't have any reason to put that Stage 6 part onto this NSX. Now, I would really love to max out that one, like, Amagen NSX or whatever it is, but again, I don't really have a need for that car at the moment, so there's no point for me to install any parts into these cars Honda Civic Type R. That's one of the best tier 2 cars in the game, but I have no need to dump those parts into that thing. So hopefully you guys get what I'm saying here. Hopefully it's quite understandable what I'm trying to explain. And I don't care how tempting it is, just don't do it. For example, we just had the Continental GT, which I don't like at all, as a Prestige Cup car. I got my car barely fast enough to beat the Prestige Cup, and that was it. But if you look at this, let me go into my inventory. Alright, let's go look at Bentley parts. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Stage 6 for a Bentley. Now, the Continental GT, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cars right here that this thing shares parts with. So in the future, if one of these cars is a Prestige Cup car, and I dump whatever Stage 6 parts I have into this, I'm not going to have them for when I get the next Prestige Cup car. And that would be no good. Like if I ever get a Continental Speed GT and I need to upgrade it, I'm all set on that thing, man. I got all the parts for that one. I mean, but some cars, it's like whatever this Pikes Peak thing is, I have no idea, but I don't have any parts for that. Well, I got 2 parts for that. Most of the time when I look through how many parts I have for what car, I don't really have a lot. Usually I'll have 1 or 2. One thing that really bothers me is the Porsche 918. I love that car. I want to upgrade that thing so bad, but I don't have any parts for it. That is such a cool car. I'm going to look at it right now just to see if maybe, just maybe, I got a couple parts for it and didn't know it. Alright. 911 Speedster. That's not it. Which one am I looking for? I can't remember. The 918 is what I'm looking for. Where's the 918? Man, there are a lot of Porsches in this game, guys. There are a lot of Porsches. Where's the 918? I must have missed it somewhere, but... Alright, here we go. The 918 Spider. Well, I do have 3 parts for it now. At one point in time, I only had 1. Now I have 3 and a duplicate. But I would still like to have at least 1 more before I upgrade this car. I usually wait till I have at least 4. But on the other hand, what am I going to do with it if I do upgrade it? I got so many nice live racing cars, I would probably never drive it in live racing anyways. So for me, it really wouldn't be worth dumping the game cache or putting the parts into, and then dumping all the Porsche Fusions into it. So I just always wait till I need the parts for an event or something. But I think that pretty much wraps this video up, and I will catch you guys later, alright? Hope this helps. Please like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day. See ya.